this wonderful home opener in Bethany, Oklahoma. Temperatures are high, and so are expectations, with the Broncos coming off of a strong playoff run last season, ended in the semifinal by the eventual runners-up Tuttle, who will play later this year. Only 4 home games on the schedule right now for the Broncos, so I keep telling the guys we got to soak this one in. We're not going to get a lot of games here this season unless we make the playoffs, which, if we play the way we played against Noble, we very well could. Isn't that right, Brendan?
Yeah, absolutely. We played a pretty good game against Noble. We kind of got, I wouldn't say lucky with the weather because it was kind of an overcast, but it felt really good. Today is a little more sunny, but a really good opener for an O week for the Broncos. Got the win.
It was a week 0, kind of an awkward one before the proper week 1 of the Oklahoma football season, as the Broncos take the field here for the first time this season, once again in Bethany. So team came out establishing itself with a new quarterback. We had a lot of changes in the roster. Big guys transferring away. No more Judson Gilliland on the roster, or Ace Gilliland, I think we should say. No more Evanson Malaska on the roster either. That's a guy that definitely will be missed, his production-wise at least. However, big guys we've got at the, I like to call the 4, 5, 6, wearing jersey numbers 4, 5, 6. Number 4, Jagger Weaver, the wide receiver, senior. Number 5, Seth Greiner, also a senior wide receiver. And then number 6, the new quarterback, junior, Brody McLaren. All 3 guys that made big plays last week against Noble should be making big plays tonight against Jones.
Absolutely, and in that Week 0 game, I want to give a shout out to Kiefer for running the ball and being very
Wyatt Kiefer,
very, very successful. So I'm sure that's something the Broncos are going to tap back into early in this football game. Of course, receiving the ball first.
Yeah, Broncos elected to receive after winning the coin toss. I think we're going, what are my directions here? West behind us, so Broncos will be going south to north. Nope, just kidding. They're going from north to south. Phil knows his directions.
There you go.
My 11-year-old was just learning his cardinal directions. I guess I need to get on his level. So Jones will kick off here. Number 19 kicker Colson Lindsay, who our scout says is actually a pretty darn decent kicker. Number 4, Jagger Weaver, will take it on the return. He's been dangerous so far this year. He's dangerous again this time. Takes it to the 36, but he flags down on the play. Gotta think that's probably on us, isn't it, Brandon?
Yeah, I believe so. We might have either a block in the back or a hold. But I would say, it was good blocking. He had a great lane.
Apparently these officials disagree with you, Brendan. Oh, mark it down, kids. First time we've disagreed with the officials on the... No, we're not allowed to do that. We don't disagree with the officials. The officials are always right. Brendan, I don't know what that means when you do that cut sign across your... No, I'm just joking here. So Bethany gets set to take over now much further back than they originally were scheduled to. They were all the way up to about the 36 after the Jagger Weaver return. They'll now take over way back. It looks like the... Oh, we're still marching those chains back. We're at the 15. Y'all got eyes. You can see it looks like we're starting all the way back at the 10. So rough penalty must be a spot of the ball foul that moves us all the way back from the 36 to the 10. So went from ideal field position to not great. Pistol formation, McLaren with Kiefer behind him. Kiefer's going to get the handoff early, looks for a hole left side, and immediately gets piled up in a stack of bodies.
Yeah, this is going to be a big game for the Broncos. The Longhorns have a lot of bodies up front, some big boys like number 72, Michael Renfro.
326 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then also a big boy next to him, number 51, Durain Wiley. He's 240 pounds.
Yeah, quite a few guys that are either pushing 300 or close to 300 on that Jones front line. Definitely some size for a 2A squad. And this time it's going to be a sneaky handoff left side. Wyatt Kiefer, he's got nothing but field in front of him. They're trying to catch him. Can they do it? He's down the left sideline. 15, pushed out of bounds just about at the 10. Huge play. Nice early one there for the Broncos to immediately get in scoring position.
And that's the way you want to start this football game and get some success early on this Broncos side and push back on this good Longhorns defense. What a run by Kiefer.
And what a good job at disguising the ball by Brody McLaren. I think almost everyone was fooled, maybe even our cameraman. I'm not sure. He was. It was a great play fake by McLaurin, and then all of a sudden Kiefer's just got nothing but field in front of him. Going to set him up now 1st and 10 from right about the Jones 12-yard line. 11:05 on the clock and counting. Almost forgot. We're not ESPN. I got to give you guys clock updates. Different running back in now. I believe that's Baron Teehee. Is that correct? Number 18?
Yes.
Yeah. So shotgun set. McLaren's going to take a shot. Left side. Looked like he pulled it in. Inbounds. Touchdown. What a catch. Trying to see that number. Who was that?
That was
over
Brock
there?
Brady.
Is that Brock Brady? That kid is a bad mamma jamma. Sophomore. Breck Brady, 6'5", 235, tight end defensive line. He made some big plays against Noble getting in the backfield last week. He's great on both sides of the ball.
Phil, I think we could say that's what we call getting mossed.
Absolutely. Went up there and snatched it out of the air above the other guy's head. We were talking about that Iowa State receiver doing the same to your brother.
Oh, yeah.
Shade. All right, an extra point down and good. 10:56 remaining to go here, and the score is 7-0 Broncos. We'll take a quick break. This is Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
And we're back here in Bethany, Oklahoma to Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. Oklahoma Sport Network coverage of the Bethany Broncos 2025 football opener, home opener that is. Philip Rodriguez, Brendan Rodriguez here bringing this live to you. Just had a passing touchdown. Brody McLaren hitting Breck Brady for a 12-yard touchdown, going up and mossing the Jones defender, as Brendan pointed out. But Wyatt Kiefer set that one up with, goodness gracious, had to be about an 80-yard scamper across the middle of the field to give the Bethany Broncos beautiful scoring position for the first score of the game, 7-0. 10:56 remaining, getting ready to kick off.
Absolutely, and that's the way the coaches wanted to draw this up. You have a set couple of plays that you want to start the game off with, and for that to be a success early on in this game, I'm sure these coaches are more than thrilled. And giving a little shout out to the kicker Cody Martin for making all of his field goals in Week 0 against Noble as well.
Harder to do than it might seem.
Yes.
Kick off here. And
ball's loose.
They let it just bounce into the end zone. Looked like it was easily fieldable at about the 10. Kind of looked like the returner didn't know what to do with it when it hit the ground.
Yeah, well, smart choice.
Like it was a live grenade. So Jones is going to take over on their first offensive possession here right at the 20 after the touchback. So the intel we've got on Jones, Asen Hansen, I think that's how you say his first name, quarterback, dual threat, senior, number 1, 6 foot 180. So he can run on you, he can throw on you. They've got some deep threats at wide receiver, Tyshawn Rogers, number 6, and Carlos Hardiman, number 7. You can see 7 out wide at the bottom of your screen there. But Cruz Burleson, the sophomore defensive back, will try to lock him up there. Shotgun set for the Longhorns here. They're going to hand it off first play to the running back. That's John Quay Johnson, another impact player on that squad. The junior picks up only about 1 or 2 yards past scrimmage.
Yeah, just like doing what Bethany's trying to do, just trying to isolate that run game early on in this game.
Second and about 8 now. Shotgun set again, about 3 tight ends out to the right, it looks like. Another handoff to Johnson, and he's got a hole in space up the right side, nearly picking up enough for the first down. Yeah,
and a notable player for Jones is their left tackle, Jack Mendoza, sits at 6'2", 280. After watching film, he's one of their best linemen.
Yeah, they look just as solid on that offensive front as they do on the defensive front. And, I mean, literally some of the same guys on both sides of the ball there. Longhorns looking to the right for the call. What you got, Brendan?
It's going to be a little test for our defensive line.
Without a doubt, going to have to fill those gaps that they're trying to create. Another handoff to Johnson. He's got space again, and he's got burst, and he's got moves. They contain him, but he is going to pick up enough for the Jones first down. And
something I like that the Broncos do, like we saw in Week 0, is rallying to the football. They did a really good job at containing the quarterback and Noble's really good running back, and that's something that they're definitely going to have to do today.
Yeah, that Johnson looks like he's difficult to contain, quite honestly. Another shotgun set, 3 wide this time for Jones. Man in motion from left to right. He keeps it, and he gets smacked. That's Baron Teehee coming around the corner and absolutely lighting up Asen Hansen.
Great play by Teehee, recognizing that tackle pulling there.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say poor recognition by the Jones offensive line to just leave that gap so wide open. Kiefer checking out here for Xavier McGee, getting a lot of sophomores involved today. Nothing wrong with that. Big shift for Jones, moving 2 receivers over to the left. Shotgun set once again. Asen's going to drop back to pass in the pocket, thinking about throwing, deciding he's going to run. He's chased by Breck Brady and everybody else on the defense. Picked up a few, but not much. A lot of pressure coming at Hansen right there.
And if Jones decides to start airing the ball out, they do have number 7, Carlos Hardman, at 6'2", 190 pounds. So Seth Griner might have a game for himself tonight on sitting at cornerback.
Gosh, yeah, both of those receivers are big guys. Hardman, number 7, is 6'2", and then Tyshawn Rogers, number 6, is 6'4". Big guys that can go up and snatch the ball out of the air. Big third down here, 3rd and 11, 8:30 left to go in the first quarter. Hansen drops back, rolls right. He's in pursuit by a couple of defenders. He'll get dragged down by Isaiah White right there by the chains. So not enough for the first down. It's going to be 4th and 10 for Jones. Great defense by the Broncos.
Absolutely. After giving up a couple yards in the starting with that running back.
It's Johnson. Yeah, John Quay
Johnson.
Yeah.
Struggling with that first name, but
I don't know if it's John Quay or John Quay. I'm just I'm gonna roll with it.
But yeah, good job for Bethany's Bronco defensive line to show it big.
So Jones will punt here, all the way back at their own 36. Pretty solid punt. End over end takes a Jones bounce, and it will keep on bouncing all the way to the 16-yard line. So it'll be poor starting field position again for the Broncos, but it didn't matter on the last drive. Take a quick break. You're watching Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here in Bethany, Oklahoma, at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. Philip Rodriguez, Brendan Rodriguez here on Oklahoma Sports Network. And Bethany taken over at their own 16. McLaren dropping back under pressure. A lot of pressure. Barely gets it thrown away before he takes a pretty vicious hit from one of those big guys on the Jones line. That's Dorian Wiley, the senior. Great pressure from those big hog mollies on the Jones line.
Yeah, good decision for McLaren to just throw that one out. He didn't have much. We were looking down here for Griner to make a move, but Jones' defensive backs did a really good job at covering that up.
Yeah, it's not a highlight reel play, but it is a really good situational awareness play for a quarterback to be able to roll away from the pressure like that and throw the ball away. So sort of a shotgun set again, almost a pistol. And Bethany going to go ahead and take a timeout here. I guess we'll take a quick timeout ourselves as well. We'll be right back here. Bethany Broncos football, Oklahoma Sports Network.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, PayMe Checking puts real money right into your account when you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. PayMe Checking, the free account that pays you only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
And back here after the timeout in Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium for Oklahoma Sports Network's coverage of Bethany Broncos football. Philip Rodriguez here with Brendan Rodriguez on color commentary. Sometimes I call him Brendan Collinsworth just for fun. So we'll try it again here.
Celebrating 10 years.
Kind of 9. We picked up about a half yard on the last play. No, we didn't. He threw the ball away. Just kidding. McLaren's going to tuck it and run. Left side. Had an opening, but they grabbed his ankle after about a 3-yard gain. Again, good instincts from McLaren to roll away from the pressure, but couldn't do much with it.
Yeah, he did what he could. We've seen these past 2 plays of him having to get out of the pocket, and that's something we're probably going to have to see during most of this game.
It felt like he had a little bit better protection on that first drive, but man, he's really been feeling the heat on this one. It's a pivotal third down here, 3rd and 5, 7 minutes exactly to go in the first down with the clock running, or in the first quarter with the clock running. McLaren again disguises the ball, hands it off to Kiefer. Kiefer breaking tackles, gets enough for the first down and a little bit more.
I really, really like that play, and if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure they're going to continue to come back to this fabulous run play that is well disguised by both.
It did feel like they might have been starting to catch on that one just a little bit. But hey, like you said, if it still works, why fix it? It ain't broke. So moves the Broncos up to about the 33-yard line now. 1st and 10, 6:30 on the clock. Seth Greiner in motion from left to right. McLaren going to throw again, looking for Jagger Weaver at the bottom of your screen. Weaver jukes them out of their shoes and picks up enough for the first down, and then a flag comes in at the end of the play.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a face mask laid on that tackle from the second defender. It looks like he got a little bit of hands to the face on Weaver.
Hey, we'll take that all day.
Absolutely.
Free yardage is good yardage to me, and they are going to walk it and add on to that. So that was... what, he was down to about the 48. That'll walk us to about, math is hard, I think about the 38? 37. Cool. So Bethany Broncos will have a 1st and 10 on the Jones 37-yard line. 6:16 left to go in the first. 7-0 Broncos in the lead. Looking to put Jones down by 2 scores. Empty set for McLaren, 5 wide. No running backs to be seen. Breck Brady is in there, though, in the slot to his left.
Seems to be a little bit of confusion.
Now looking at it. Well, you got to make sure everybody's up on the line of scrimmage that has to be. And it's going to be quarterback draw. He's going to tuck it and run. He has a gap, and he picks up 9, maybe 10 yards. Might be another first down for the Broncos.
Yeah, and that's something that we talked about before we started the stream is McLaren's ability to run. And these design quarterback runs are setting him up for success because he has great legs.
Chugging that ball along, using the strengths of our offense, which is that we have some really good run blockers on the line. You know I'm a big Sawyer Yates fan, number 77. Kid reminds me a lot of me at that age, and I love watching him work. That kid pushes people out of the way. Love it. Pistol formation. McLaren fakes the handoff. He's going deep right side, has Greiner. Tangled up on each other, and he'll get the flag. Good call. That's going to be a pass interference. That defensive back was getting a little bit too friendly with Seth Greiner's jersey.
I really like that play call going one-on-one with Greiner to the side, and that shows that Jones watches their film tape from last year because that's a lot what Payne did against other teams was throw that lob ball on the outside.
It was something I was thinking on this drive, was all of a sudden this looks a lot more like the Jackson Payne offense.
And I like it. I like that spread, and they're allowing McLaren to get comfortable.
I was going to say, not a bad thing, and a great idea. That's the old standard. Establish the run and then go over the top.
Absolutely.
Lee Corso would be so happy. So it's a 1st and 10 from about the 13-yard line for the Broncos, and we're going to have a timeout again on Bethany. They're going to use their second timeout here in the first quarter. Looks like, again, we might have a little bit of confusion. I think we do have a new offensive coordinator. Yeah, we've got a new co-offensive coordinator, pass game coordinator this year, so still learning some new systems maybe for these young guys, still trying to figure some things out. But we'll take a quick break ourselves. Oklahoma Sports Network's coverage of Bethany Broncos football. Be right back. Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, and we're back here live in Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium, Bethany, Oklahoma, for the Bethany Broncos home opener against the Jones Longhorns. Bethany with a 7-0 lead, looking to add to it here, driving and moving the ball well, looking at a second and 20 after the penalty. What was the penalty? I missed that. Must be holding with the 10-yard loss.
I would say so.
Although it's actually 2nd and 16. Y'all, I'm all shades of confused. But regardless, 4:38 in running on the clock here in the first quarter. Bethany ahead 7-0. McLaren in the shotgun with Kiefer to his right. He's going to take a shot to his right. Breck Brady is out there, but can't quite get to the ball. That's going to be indication.
It looked like Brady was looking kind of for a deep curl, and McLaren was looking for that back pylon, and Brady just didn't have enough time to adjust.
It feels like one of those moves where the receiver's kind of waiting for the ball, and then he realizes, oh, wait, I needed to go to it. Still in a good position to score here, though, even if we've got a long way to go for the first down marker. 3rd and 16 now. Kiefer still in the backfield with McLaren. And he's going to get the handoff. A little bit of that ball disguise. Kiefer has space down the right sideline, picks up good yardage, but not going to be enough for the first. We'll get our kicker a little bit closer for what will probably be a field goal attempt.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is in Cody Martin's his range, so I believe he knocks this one through to add it at a couple points.
And from what we saw 2 weeks ago in Noble, he can definitely hit him. Wind kind of blowing a little bit against him from what we can tell from the flags there. Hold is good, kick is good, and that one's through the
I think that
one's
one moved
wide
a little
right.
Bit.
Yep. So no good. Curse of the commentator.
Yeah,
I guess we
that's
should
my
have
fault,
shut our
folks.
mouths, right?
I will not be doing that anymore.
Well, so that's going to keep the score where it's at, 7-0 with 4:20 remaining in the first quarter. Bethany Broncos football will be right back on Oklahoma Sports Network. And we're back here in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. Philip Rodriguez and Brendan Rodriguez bringing you this game for Oklahoma Sports Network. Bethany came up short just now, missing a field goal to the right from Cody Martin. So Jones will take over from their own 20-yard line with a 7-0 deficit. 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play as the sun begins to set here in Bethany. Hansen's going to tuck the ball down, try to run, and he's got nowhere to go, swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage by this great Bethany defense. If there's any saving grace from missing the field goal, it's that this defense can handle it.
Absolutely, and I believe that was number 69, Jackson Looper, 5'9", 255 pounds, that got in on that tackle.
Nice, yeah, a lot of underclassmen getting involved today, freshmen and sophomores, and not only getting involved, but making an impact.
Excuse me, that was number 63, Gabe Baxter.
Ah, okay.
Junior. About same size, but these it's kind of hard to see the numbers from here.
The purple on black is difficult. I meant to bring my binoculars. We talked about it all last season. We are ill prepared. 2nd and 11, 3:40 left to go in the first. Hansen fakes the handoff, looking left, has a man one-on-one, but he overthrows him. That was number 7, Carlos Hardiman, one of those guys we've been worried about, but Hansen has to get the ball to him first.
Yeah, that was that one-on-one that I was talking about that I'm sure they're going to keep going to. But good defense by number 11, Damian Aguilar. He was right there with him and was ready to do whatever he needed to do. But like you said, it was an overthrown ball.
So brings up another 3rd down for the Jones Longhorns. They have yet to convert one. Well, I guess they've only had one before, haven't they? So they're going to pass it here. Hansen underneath the screen to Hardiman, and Hardiman gets to show off his athleticism, moving the ball past the 25, but short of the first down line, still within range that you could maybe talk somebody into going for it here for Jones.
And it looks like they're going to keep that offense on there and bring in another tight end, kind of heavy set. Actually, they're going to make a late decision to punt.
I was going to say it's surprising that they would go for it, given that they're down only one and that they've got a really strong kicker.
Yep.
I believe it's the same guy doing place kicking as punting. Yeah, Colson Lindsay, right?
But those are one of those things that I'll expect from Jones. Being 1-0 is just to give it to your, Jacoy Johnson, your hopeful running back. But I guess safe play for tonight.
Awkward snap on that punt, but everything's legal. Jagger Weaver will field it, dancing around, trying to make people miss, but won't pick up much on the return. Pretty much goes down right about the 35, not far from where he caught it. So another opportunity for Bethany's offense to take over. 2:39 remaining in the first. We could still put together 2 scores before we head to the second quarter. I am sure that Coach John Arthur would really like to see that from his Broncos in their home debut here.
Absolutely. Starting off with pretty decent field position, so this is something that's in their cards.
McLaren guiding the offense back out. Looks like Teehee will be in at running back next to him. Jagger Weaver out wide at the bottom of your screen. Big man Breck Brady lined up to the left of the offensive line. McLaren's going to pass again. He's under a lot of pressure, can't get away, and he'll be taken down for the sack from number 42, Jesse Hernandez. Flew in there, man.
Looks like he also took out the ref.
Oh, goodness.
Poor guy. Well, it is football, and he did sign up for it, and they're part of the field. So
sometimes that centrifugal motion, it just keeps taking you.
Yeah, and those are one of those ones as a defensive coordinator for Jones that has seen early on in this game of McLaren being able to sit back in the pocket and throw the ball or get loose, and they just sit him on an outside stunt.
Brings up a long 2nd down now. 2 minutes and counting on the first quarter, 2nd and 20. Pistol formation for McLaren. He'll hand it off to Kiefer, and he's met immediately in the backfield by guess who? 42, Jesse Hernandez.
And like I said, that outside stunt is hard to beat. They sent 2 this time. It was kind of outmanned whoa.
They're absolutely outmanned. And Jones seems to have found something that is working, and they're just going to stick with it. So it's 3rd and 4 ever, like in the sandlot. 1:20 left in the first quarter. 3rd and 25 for the Broncos. Take a shot deep and hope maybe you get it, I guess. McLaren motioning Griner out of the backfield, and flags are down. I think that's going to be some kind of illegal motion on the Broncos, and we're going to have to back it up further. Yikes. Not a good time, y'all.
Yeah, and these are one of the downs where you need to get some kind of positive run or toss, not something big where you want to put it in harm's way and just get yourself good field position to punt.
Yeah, just make it easier on your punter, exactly.
Yep.
3rd and 30 now, with about a minute left to go in the quarter. McLaren, no running backs back there. He's all by himself. He's going to tuck it and run, another design quarterback draw. Got maybe a yard, and then he's going to go down. So what a drive from the Jones defense. That is just invigorating for a team only down 1 score.
Yeah, it seems like they're waking up just a bit. Early in this football game, we saw them struggle just a hair. So
still need to pull it together on offense. They've shown some glimmers, but they need to drive, score touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
You might score a touchdown with a play here and there, but really you need a good drive if you want to get on the board. And sort of an odd punt formation here for the Broncos. They like that sort of rugby style, and there's no returner back there for the Longhorns. So the ball will just bounce and bounce all the way back to the Jones 31.
Yeah, good kick by McLaren.
Didn't know he was talented in so many ways.
Yeah, they did a little bit of those punts 2 weeks ago.
So he handles those pooch punting
He
duties,
does.
essentially, yeah?
He does.
And I guess Martin just on those place kicking duties and kickoffs, I believe, as well.
Yep.
So Jones going to have it. They're going to be the last team to have the ball here in the first quarter. Just 18 seconds left on the clock before we switch sides. Bethany Broncos up 7-0. Asen, Hansen, and the Jones Longhorns have had several chances to try to get something back here. We'll see if they can capitalize this time, or if the Broncos defense can shut them down once again. Fakes the handoff to Johnson. Hansen will tuck it and run, but the Broncos defense sees it, and they'll bring him down after a gain of only about 3. Maybe closer to 4.
Yeah, good job by Lopez getting off that left tackle. He was kind of getting held, but finally got off of it and was able to bring down the quarterback.
Yeah, Marcos Lopez definitely looking like definitely looking like the captain that he is. So no surprises there. So that'll be the end of the first quarter. Bethany Broncos leading 7-0, but the Jones Longhorns with the ball and the momentum. We'll see what they can do here when we come back. Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, PayMe Checking puts real money right into your account when you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. PayMe Checking, the free account that pays you only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
Back here in Bethany, Oklahoma, Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium for the Bethany Broncos home opener against the Jones Longhorns. Jones taken over on offense, and the first play, Hansen has a wide open receiver down the left side, making people miss inside the 10, past the 5. They're going to have goal to go. Just like that, Jones is back in this.
Yeah, tough break for number 14, Eli Mars. He was playing safety and kind of got caught up in some of the pre-candy movement that Jones was doing. And
oh, we've got flags down. They're walking it back. Hold on now, folks. We got the offensive lineman there waving his buddies back.
Yep,
that
will be on Jones.
I missed the call. Did you see the signal? Definitely going to be on Jones, though, so that'll wipe that big, long pass right off the board. huge break for the Broncos. Evan Collier for the Jones Longhorns broke that wide open.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where we're glad it came back.
Well, now we learned that play design. We can be ready for it when it comes back.
Yeah.
So it's going to be second and how does that one work out? No, it's just back to second and about 9.5, second and 10 after the spot of ball penalty, I guess. Some of the officials still chattering. But I do think that's the final ball spot. All right, so second and 10. Hansen going to pass again. Screen pass over the middle to Johnson. Has some blockers and enough for the first down, but then he goes down.
Yeah, good successful play for Jones running that screen. And you don't see that much in high school football, a successful screen play.
Yeah, halfback screen. You see a lot of wide receiver screens or the sort of slot underneath screens. But that classic halfback screen is not something you see at this level a lot. You're right. That was 24 Tristan Garrett on the tackle. Good stop. Otherwise, that could have picked up a lot more. First and 10 now from the 48 for Jones. Another pass broken up by Breck Brady. Man, oh man, and he knows he could have had a pick six if he just had a little bit more on that one. Wild. This kid is so talented.
Absolutely. He's giving number 62, Omar Ruiz Mendez, a game tonight. And that's one of those ones for your right tackle for Jones that, Breck Brady's there.
He's there, and he's scary to deal with. Breck Brady already like D1 athlete size at 6'6", 240. So second down here for Jones. They're going to pass again. Good completion to Carlos Hardiman, but he goes out of bounds before he can pick up much. Jones finding things that are starting to work here, though, against this Bethany defense. And I think we're hearing about it from the coordinators next door. They are not happy, and they have reason to be after how good their initial drives were. They've just really sort of laid down on this one. 3rd and 7 for Jones from the 47. Empty set for Hansen. A quick route over the middle. Easy completion to Ace Guthrie, and he gets whopped.
He does get whopped. And that was Wyatt Kiefer, the running back and linebacker, giving him a shot.
Heck of a hit. Yeah, that guy's tall. That
number 17.
Yeah, number 17, Ace Guthrie, but he's a freshman.
He seems a little taller than 6'1", but
no kidding. Yeah, he's a lanky fella. He might have had a growth spurt since they put that roster out. You know how kids are these days. 10:40 left to go in the first down. Handoff to Johnson. Has plenty of room, making people miss. Slips out of a tackle down the left side. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Jones. What a run by Johnson. This kid is something else.
Yeah, and that's something that unfortunately we were waiting on because he had some success early in that first quarter, and he had some good blocks and found green grass and just took it.
He kept showing signs that he could break it, and then, by gosh, he ended up breaking it. What a play, and all of a sudden it's a different ball game. Bethany kind of had a chance to run away with it.
Jones going for two.
Instead, 7-6. Jones is going to go for two. Rolling out, has a man caught, complete. Two-pointer is good, and just like that, the Broncos are behind. 8-7 is the score. Jones taking the lead. A little drama for you here on your Friday night. We'll be back with more Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here, Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium for the Bethany Broncos home opener against the Jones Longhorns here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Philip Rodriguez and Brennan Rodriguez here, and the Longhorns went down 7-0. Looked like they were going to go down by even more, but now they come storming back. Big touchdown run from Jonquay Johnson, the junior running back for the Longhorns, and then a successful 2-point conversion, and all of a sudden Bethany looking at an 8-7 deficit. So they will be looking to get the ball back here, though. Jones getting set to kick off to Jagger Weaver and Damian Aguilar once again. High kick from Lindsay, going to be fielded at about the 19. Couldn't see that fella's number. Gets to about the 25, and then he's gang tackled by these tenacious Jones Longhorns. They don't give up.
It looked like number 1, Cruz Burleson.
What about him?
Caught the kick.
Oh, gotcha. So Cruz Burleson on the return. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 22 for the Broncos. 10:28 to go here in the second quarter. McLaren with Kiefer behind him in the backfield. They had a successful drive last time they were out here, but a missed field goal left them with no points. Nice attempt over the middle from Brody McLaren to Seth Greiner. Greiner wanting the flag, a little bit of contact over the middle, but he's not going to get the call.
Yeah, it open grass and just a little bit of an overthrown ball. But, those are one of those ones that refs aren't going to call back unless there's a jersey grabbed. There was a little bit, and that's Bethany's coach not happy about that one.
Very unhappy. That might be that new passing game coordinator coming all the way out, or is that Coach Arthur himself? I think Coach Arthur's standing over there in the middle. Regardless, Bethany coach is very unhappy with the no call on that one, and I can understand why they would feel that way. Going to be a handoff to Kiefer here with a little bit of pre-snap motion. Kiefer going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe one more yard, and then nothing. Brandon, what happened to the explosiveness?
Yeah, we were seeing a little bit of dullness in this offense so far, but something that we've seen even last year is that this team never gives up.
That's
and
the truth.
They always have drives. So this is a big 3rd down for the Broncos.
Yeah, we certainly can't count them out just yet. 3rd and 9 for McLaren and the Broncos. He's got Kiefer next to him once again. A little bit of delay here before we start the play. Play clock gets down all the way to 1 second, and then we're going to have to burn that final timeout for the first half. So 9:35 remaining. Longhorns up 8-7 over the Broncos. We'll be back with more Broncos football here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. Bethany Broncos home opener against the Jones Longhorns. Inauspicious beginnings have turned into auspicious ones. That's a fancy word, meaning that things have gotten a little dicey for the Broncos here. After an initial 7-0 lead, they are now down 8-7 after a great Jones scoring drive and a 2-pointer. They're now looking at a 3rd and 9. McLaren drops back, thought about passing, and said he's going to tuck it. There's a lot of white jerseys in front of him. He's going to tuck it and run. Flag went down in the backfield, and I got an idea it's probably not a good one.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a hold, and he was staring at the lineman the whole time.
And they're going to decline that penalty and just go ahead and go to the 4th down, I believe.
Yep. And Jones' defensive back's doing a good job at covering up those passes. McLaren just doesn't have anywhere to go. I mean, good protection up front so far. But, just nothing downfield, and there's really nothing you can do.
Jones has just really turned that pressure on. I mean, they had the pressure on the whole game, but all of a sudden it's really getting back there. So that's going to bring up a long fourth down, and we'll be forced to punt once again. McLaren doesn't get as much on this one as he did in the last one, but it takes another decent bounce inside the 40, right at about, they're going to call it at the 36. Wow, okay. I think that's kind of a favorable spot, but we'll take it all day. So that'll be 1st and 10 for the Jones Longhorns at their own 36. Jones coming off a scoring drive where after an initial long play was called back, a big pass to Evan Collier from Asen Hansen, everything went right, including that huge run from Jonquay Johnson, and then they get into the end zone on the it was a touchdown pass, wasn't it?
It was.
So
it was a handoff pass to handoff to Johnson.
And he burst up the left side.
But they did have a touchdown or close to touchdown called back from number 11, Evan Collier.
That one.
Yep.
So it started out not great, but they ended up getting down there and getting it anyways. So it looks like we had some additional flags that bring Jones back further. They're actually going to get the ball to start at their own 21. So 1st and 10 at their own 21 for the Longhorns, nursing an 8-7 lead with 9:18 to go here in the first half. Shotgun set again for Hansen, and he's got Johnson out to his right. He's going to tuck it and run. Escapes from the pile for a second and then called down by contact. Number 15, Marcos Lopez, the captain, again getting involved on the play.
Absolutely. You love to see it. Putting pressure on that quarterback and not allowing him to chunk it down the field to his athletes.
Well, it seems like almost every play is not a technical run-pass option, but basically every play it seems like Hansen has the option to go downfield or tuck it and run.
Yep, that's more of that pro-style offense that most of these colleges like to do.
I remember a time when they told you couldn't go to the pros if you were a scrambling quarterback.
Yep, they did say that, and that's no more.
Lamar Jackson is not a wide receiver. 2nd and long for the Longhorns. Hansen again taking his time, thinking about it, tucks it, runs, has space. This kid can move inside the 50 to the 45 and pushed out. Big play from Hansen. Finally gets an opportunity to show off his legs.
Yeah, and there's going to be a late penalty flag, and I think he's looking over here at the coach's side, so it might be a sideline warning, but it was very late, and I'm not sure what it was.
Those Bethany coaches have been flirting with that sideline positioning all as long as there's been bad calls. They've certainly been.
He called it on Bethany. I'm not sure what that signal was.
It's not a sideline warning. I was going to say they actually seem to be behaving themselves. I'd be kind of surprised if it was a sideline warning.
Yeah, but that is going to inch them up a couple yards further.
So tack on a little bit more. Jones going to have the ball now at about the Bethany 30. 8:25 to go. Jones looking to add on to this slim 1-point lead. Longhorns are a 2A team, but they don't really play or look like a 2A team.
That was a sideline warning. I looked up that hand signal. That was a sideline warning.
Well, so it seems like Bethany will have to mind where they're positioned, at least their coaches. Handoff, Johnson again has room, again making people miss. Left side, he was one man away from adding another touchdown to his total. This guy is really dangerous.
Yeah, and that's that same play they went to last time on their scoring drive.
Looks like it.
And that guard tackle pull is really successful for this Jones offense.
I don't know if we just need to stack a few more bodies over there. Do we need to move Breck Brady over to that side?
Same play again.
And there he is again, making people miss, but they gobble him up after just about 4 yards on that play. You know it's a successful play when you see it gain 5 yards and you go, good, that just got 5.
And something that I would like to see from Bethany is some substitutions from this defensive line. They look a little tired.
I have been surprised to see not a lot of guys jogging in and out. And they're going to run it again at that exhausted line.
Ball out.
Ball came out, and the Broncos say they have it. What do the officials say? They say they don't.
Brady with the ball in his hand.
Waiting on the officials. The fans beneath me sound upset.
It looks like there's no conversation from the refs about a fumble. Yeah, they're not going to give it to him.
Wow. Not even a discussion. Just a 1st and goal for the Jones Longhorns now from looks like about the 2-yard line. Why not give it to him again? It's not even him. It's a different running back this time, and he'll still score. That is 26, Jose Taylor. All five of them. And Jones will stretch out the lead.
And that was just Jones' offensive line dominating the line of scrimmage. They just handing it off to Johnson. Same play, 4 plays in a row. And that's something Bethany's defensive line and defensive coordinator are going to have to talk about.
Yeah, I think those size differences are really really starting to show themselves. We've got some big guys on our line, but not as many 300, 270 pounders.
And I know we're quenched
Jones does.
with a little bit of underclassmen, which is probably why we don't have these substitutions.
Could be, but shoot, at this point, let some of those guys get in there and work. 7:13 left to go here in the first half. Bethany behind now 15-7. We'll be back with more football here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here, Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium for the Bethany Broncos home opener against the Jones Longhorns. Philip Rodriguez, Brennan Rodriguez. We are here watching these guys go down 15-7 with 7:13 left to go in the first half. Bethany came out and struck first. Looked like they were going to add a couple more scores. Instead, the script has flipped. Jones has figured things out on both sides of the ball, and they are running away with it if we don't stop it. Maybe that's a little too dramatic, but they've got the momentum now for sure. Kick fielded by Weaver. He's been dangerous all season in all 2 of our games so far, and he continues to be taking the kick all the way to the 44-yard line, giving the Broncos great field position if the refs don't decide to take it away from us here.
And like the first kickoff, no flag, so we will get to keep that field position this time.
There we go. So we'll take that. 1st and 10 at the 44, 7:05 left in the second. McLaren, Kiefer, and company looked like they had it figured out. Last couple of drives, really not so much. Looking forward to seeing if they can turn it around here. McLaren in the pistol, hands off to Kiefer, looking for a hole, and he can't find one. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and then pretty much goes down. Is it the line? Is that what we're looking at? Is it just exhaustion on our guys on the front?
I'm not sure. Bethany is doing a pretty good job up front so far. I think it's just this Jones defensive line is pretty technical and pretty big up front, so it's hard to run those A-gap run plays on this team.
Yeah, with the size of some of these guys, we might have to check at the break, see if any of these guys are rated on 24/7 or Rivals or something. 2nd and 8. Nice pass from McLaren to his receiver on the right side. I think that was Griner.
It was.
But, yeah, good catch. Can't get much with it, though. Jones defender on him real fast.
Yeah, just nowhere really to go.
I hope that we're just getting a little bit physically worn down, and I'm not seeing in their body language that they are emotionally worn down already, because it is way too early for that. We can't be giving up this early in the game. 5:55 left to go in the second quarter. 3rd and about 6. Great pass from McLaren. Frozen rope to his target, and that's going to be a completion and a first down.
I like that play call, and those are one of those ones as an offensive coordinator, you tell your outside man to hitch right at the sticks and let that inside guy just take it down deep so it looks like they're trying to go deep.
Yeah, it's Seth Griner, number 5,
yes,
on the catch. So big play going to set up now a 1st and 10 from the Jones 43 in enemy territory now. Sort of an interesting formation. We're going to do kind of that ball hiding, handoff to Kiefer play, and they sniff that one out real fast. That gets back to the line of scrimmage and nothing else.
And I think that's going to be a face mask because
we got a flag, yeah.
I think so because Kiefer went down pretty quick from the head position.
That would kind of make sense because he went down surprisingly fast for how strong of a runner he is.
Yeah, well, it looks like they waved that flag off, so
boo.
Got our hopes up.
They keep doing that. First the fumble, now the face mask that wasn't. So still looking at 10 to go. 2nd and 10. 5:35 and counting in the second quarter. Broncos down 15-7. McLaren in the pistol set. Going to throw to Griner. It's not the best play execution, but Griner breaks away. Wow. Looked like it was going to be a loss of 1 or 2. Instead, Griner puts on a second win, picks up about 6. What a play.
What a play, and that just shows you how athletic Griner is. And that's one of those guys you want staying healthy.
Yeah, he's one of those 4, 5, 6 guys. Like I said, Jagger Weaver, Seth Griner, and then quarterback Brody McLaren. Some of the key pieces on this offense, along with Wyatt Kiefer, who's back in at running back behind McLaren. Early flag immediately. McLaren's going to take a shot. He thinks he might have a free play, and it's overthrown.
Yeah, and observing this and kind of seeing some things, and this is a young team, but I think the majority of the problems going on right now is it looks like a little bit of confusion right there. You know, they pulled some guys over, having to reposition, and they kind of look a little confused so far, but they will warm up.
Yeah, it's that new offensive system, without a doubt. And I think we're probably seeing them introduce looks in this game that I wouldn't be surprised that they did not introduce in the Noble game.
No, they didn't. I think that was something that they weren't necessarily hiding, but something that they hadn't yet introduced into their offense.
They haven't cracked it yet. Yeah, you want a more simplified game plan for that Week 0 game that's not a scrimmage because it counts, but it's a Week 0 game. Nobody's really ready when it comes to that early week before Week 1, basically. So 3rd and 7. Broncos need in this one if they can climb back from this 8-point deficit. He's looking for Jagger Weaver. Got him one-on-one. It's a decent throw, but he gets pushed down, and he's going to get the pass interference call on that one.
I like that.
That's huge.
And he's been getting held all game. And number 2, Derek Templeton has I think that's his second PI for the game.
Yeah, Jones definitely really physical on the line with the wideouts. Bumping him on that on the coverage.
Yeah, and that is the spark that we needed kind of on this offense, and hopefully get a score in before this half is over with.
We're seeing some shrugged shoulders. Yeah, it's going to be a holding, not a pass interference. Does that change it from a spot of ball foul? I know it's a spot of ball foul in the NFL for pass interference. And I think it is in college now, too, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know what it is in high school, and I'm not sure right now the officials do either. Throwing flags around like it's hacky sack.
So it was a hold on Bethany?
It was a hold on Bethany.
Okay.
No, it was a hold on Jones. Yeah, we still got some yardage out of it.
Okay.
But they're going to call it defensive holding instead of pass interference. So not a spot of ball foul, only get about 10 yards. So 1st and 10 on the 31 of Jones. McLaren looking to take a shot. Has a receiver open, making a play over the middle. Griner making people miss.
Go!
He can carry them, too. He's down, though, at about the 2-yard line. And that is indeed the spark that we needed. Now we've got goal to go.
Great offensive protection right there from Bethany's front boys up front protecting McLaren, and he was just able to sit there, go through his process. He looked at the long ball over the middle that wasn't there, found that underneath cross route. Perfect.
Sets up a 1st and goal. They're going to be in that tight set. Kiefer, I think, is taking the direct snap. It's a wildcat formation, but we're going to have it blown dead. Timeout from Jones.
Smart timeout.
They're going to think about that one because they were about to get plowed. All right, so we'll take a timeout ourselves here. 4:31 left to go in the second quarter. Longhorns leading 15-7, but the Broncos are, if you listen, they're knocking on the door. We'll be right back. Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back here in Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium in Bethany, Oklahoma for Oklahoma Sports Network coverage of Bethany Broncos home opener versus the Jones Longhorns. Philip Rodriguez, Brendan Rodriguez looking at Wyatt Kiefer. Line up in the Wildcat direct snap, and he's going to bowl over everybody. Touchdown Bethany. Pulls them back within 1 point. Or pardon me, pulls it back within 2 points. 15-13 now is the score on the board.
And there is light at the end of this tunnel. It was getting a little shaky and dull here in those past couple drives, but a good drive put together by Bethany, and I assume they're going to go for 2 to tie this sucker up.
Absolutely. You have to. You have to. Momentum now has firmly swung back to the Bethany side, without a doubt. If we can get the 2-pointer, we'll even it all up at 15. Going to run the same formation. But Kiefer's going to pass it this time, and it's complete. Oh no!
It's dropped.
Dropped.
Oh.
I think that was Greiner had the ball in his hands, and it just slips out. So still a 2-point deficit, but we're getting closer, and that momentum still with us. 4:27 left to go. Longhorns up 15-13. We'll take another short break. Be right back with more Bethany Broncos on Oklahoma Sports Network.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
And we're back here at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium in Bethany, Oklahoma, watching the Bethany Broncos take on the Jones Longhorns in their home opener here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Philip Rodriguez and Brendan Rodriguez with you here. Broncos just got down the field and scored their second touchdown of the game, but failed on the 2-point conversion, so still 15-13. Jones still barely clinging to that lead, but Bethany looking much better on both sides of the ball in the last couple of minutes compared to what we saw at the beginning of the second quarter. Good kickoff, going to be received at about the 10-yard line by a very dangerous returner who's got a lot of room. That's number 3.
He's gone.
Hunter Purvis, and he's gone. Touchdown Jones right after on the ensuing kickoff. Now that is the last thing any coach wants after his team scores.
It is, and kickoff returns are really demoralizing. I would rather someone break one up the middle as a running back and score than having to watch a kickoff touchdown. But
they seem so easily preventable too. Like it seems, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a layman up here with my little headset in my booth, but it seems like it's so easy to just move your coverage team to that part of the field and just make sure nobody runs past you.
And something that they can do, I don't know if they practice this, but something I know we did in high school is those are athletes. You want to kick it away from the athlete. So maybe some sort of deep onside, kind of close to the out of bounds, because out of bounds and taking that couple yards is better than what just happened.
Absolutely, without a doubt, man. And the extra point now pushes it up to 22-13. Jones taking a 2-score lead now over the Bethany Broncos. The good news is the Broncos will get the ball when we come back. We'll be back in a moment. Oklahoma Sports Network.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account when you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. Bethany Broncos taking on the Jones Longhorns. And just when we thought we had momentum, don't answer the door, I guess. Shoot. So it's 4:14 left to go in the second quarter. Longhorns now ahead 22-13 over the Broncos after breaking a kickoff return. Number 3, Hunter Purvis, the junior wide receiver defensive back for the Jones Longhorns, took it to the house. So at least the good news is now we get the ball back. Hopefully. Kick will be returned by Damian Aguilar. No, pardon me, that's Jagger Weaver again, isn't it?
It is.
Breaking free again, and once again taking a kick return past the 40-yard line.
Absolutely. Putting us in good field position and hopefully can put together a drive like we did last drive and get back up in this score.
Really be nice to, if we have to have a deficit at halftime, be really nice to just take a one-score deficit into halftime, especially since Jones is going to get the ball first.
Yep. But 4 minutes, that's plenty of time to put together a good drive and play together and score before the end of this half.
And then some. You just don't want to press too much. 4:07 left to go in the second. Broncos down 22-13 against the Longhorns. McLaren in the shotgun. He'll pass. Deep shot.
Oh.
Looking for Weaver, but he overthrows him.
Yeah, I think that's twice so far. I know we didn't get the PI on the last one. That McLaren just a little bit too much candy. I know he's hyped up and has that defensive line coming on him, but just a little more touch.
Got to step up into the pocket, make that throw. Because Weaver did have his man beat by about a step.
And something I would like to see is this one-on-one with Brady right here. You see that linebacker's out wide. I think Brady can beat him.
Oh, 100% he can. 2nd and 10. They're going to hand it off, though. Wyatt Kiefer's going to get it underneath up the middle. And again, as it has been the case for about 4 or 5 plays in a row that aren't from the design running back wildcat formation, just back to line of scrimmage, nothing else.
Yeah, Jones just sitting in this cover 2 defense all night, sending 5, and that's a tough defense to play against, to be honest with you.
Is that a timeout from Jones now?
I believe so, because we don't have any.
I was going to say, if we did that, we're in trouble. 3:41 left on the clock. Jones ahead 22-13. They'll take a timeout, so will we. We'll be right back. Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. Bethany Broncos won't back down, just like the Tom Petty song playing. 3:41 left to go in the second quarter. They've got the ball here looking at a 3rd and 9 from their own 42. McLaren in the shotgun, fakes the handoff. Lot of pressure,
no.
Loses the ball. Oh, goodness, I can't tell who got it. It might be Jones. One of our guys might have fallen on it. Yep, luckily we recovered that one, so we'll at least have space to punt. But I think you've got to call that a disappointing drive.
Yeah, they like I said, they're sending 5 right now, and I've never really seen it much in the high school level, but they've got their defensive ends really, really wide and kind of off the ball just a hair.
Are they playing almost like a 5-2?
Yes,
yeah.
And that's really difficult to block against, especially with a young defense. Or a young offensive line.
Yeah, they figured out we got all these bodies. If we stack up 5 of them, you can't stop us. Kick fielded at the 25, a line drive kick from McLaren. Kick returner takes it up to about the 42. That is number 10, Drew Thomas. That's a guy that I've highlighted on my roster. I believe he's supposed to be a pretty good shutdown corner.
Yeah, we haven't seen really anything on his side thrown over there
We
yet.
really haven't. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm surprised. I was like, oh, there's a guy with a star next to his name that I've not talked about yet.
Yeah, we've seen those the one-on-ones with Weaver pretty much this whole game, and one with Griner out to the outside of that little curl route, but nothing much over to that right side.
Yeah, I hesitate to say also we haven't seen a ton from these receivers yet, but watch, I'll say that, and now they're going to break one for a 60-yard touchdown. Shotgun set here for Jones, 1st and 10 from their own 42. Hansen, shotgun set, has a little more time to throw than he's usually had in the game as a wide open receiver who is breaking free from tacklers before he finally goes down at the 25. That is Ace Guthrie, that true freshman again. I guess in high school you've only got one kind of freshman, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's his second open field completion, and he just has too much time to throw.
He's too big for them to be losing him out there. How are they forgetting about a guy that's 6'10", 110 pounds? 2:40 left to go on the clock. Jones taking over from the Bethany 25. Hansen
Got him.
Looking to throw. He's going to go down. That looks like 26. Isaiah White gets back there and yanks him down, the sophomore defensive end. And Jones will take a timeout. 2:34 remaining in the game after the sack. I don't even know. What are we doing now, guys? We need to move the chains. A thing just happened.
Hey, Phil, let me tell you, nothing was as worse as
holding on Bethany? How? Where? Who?
I'm not sure.
I was going to say I'm doing all the who, what, when, where, why, how. I don't understand. I don't know what the call was, folks. It looked like a really great sack from Isaiah White coming off the left defensive end. Instead, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Jones at the Bethany 15. Looked like it was a defensive holding call. So Hansen's going to be an empty set. He motions the running back out to the right.
We don't have the numbers.
Throw it to the receiver. He's got the catch, making people miss. Picks up maybe 3 or 4 yards. And folks, if you're getting frustrated at home with the defense not being able to shut him down here, I can tell you, pretty sure our coordinator next door is feeling the same way.
Yeah,
some angry thumps coming from over there, and we really sympathize. This is not going well. .155 and counting on the clock. Longhorns happy to waste time. Hansen going to dump it off to the running back that was in motion from left to right. He's skipping up the right sideline, goes out of bounds inside the 10. He may have enough for the first down.
We don't like to talk about bad against refs, but he definitely missed him stepping. His foot did step out of bounds a little bit before that.
I thought I saw that also.
About 3 yards right there, but.
Oy, oy, oy. Sometimes you get the call and sometimes you don't. And doesn't it always feel like your team doesn't get it? 1st and goal from the Bethany 6. Running back Johnson is not back there next to Hansen. They've got number 26 who scored a touchdown earlier. You've got to be kidding me. He's going to score a touchdown again.
Oh, they called him down.
See, now I actually disagree with that. It looked like he body surfed in on our guy. Well, it looked like it might have been a touchdown there. A second one for number 26, Jose Taylor.
It's going to be the same thing I'd send to everybody.
Back, 1st and goal from the 1, and the quarterback will keep it this time, Hansen, and he rolls over the tackle into the end zone. Jones scores again, and they stretch the lead from 2 scores to 3. Well, no, technically it is still a 2-score game if because it's 28-13, 1:22 left to go in the second quarter. If the Longhorns hit the extra point here, it will be a 16-point lead. Technically, that's 2 touchdowns, 2 conversions, but last time we went for a 2-point conversion, it went through the hands of Seth Griner. Kick is good. It's going to make it 29-13. The Jones Longhorns have come roaring out of nowhere in this second quarter to establish themselves as something else. Pardon me, that kick was no good. 28-13. Longhorns over the Broncos. Was the kick good, guys?
I'm not sure.
I thought the kick was good, but the scoreboard is being funky. So, yes,
there it is.
29-13. Broncos down by 16 here as we get set to end the first half. We'll stay here and vamp with the guys. We've shown a lot of promise on both sides of the ball, but boy, you could almost think this was the week 0 game with how sloppy it's been on both sides of the ball also.
Yeah, this is a very important drive for the Broncos. Really want to see them succeed here before this half is over. Got plenty of time, 1:22, so maybe establish some runs with the Kiefer. Try and get him outside and out of bounds would be my advice. Or just stick with those little pop plays, little screen plays with the wide receiver.
Go back to what worked. Yeah. You hate to exaggerate and call a game over before it's over, but if they can't score here before the half and then Jones comes out and scores on their first drive in the second half, I mean, that might be it right there. So this is a pivotal drive for the Broncos. It's a bouncy kick fielded at the 16 by Weaver. He's been so dangerous, and they'll gobble him up a little further back than usual, but still good field position up to the 36-yard line for Bethany. 1:15, 0 timeouts. We used them all. So ball will be on the 36. McLaren has shown the ability to get the ball on target to his receivers when he has time back there. But the time thing has been the issue. Jones has been sending people left and right, and this Bethany offensive line has been overwhelmed by it.
And it looks like they're going to move into a pass set, only rushing 3 now.
Yeah, now they're sort of more into that 3-3 nickel look.
There it is.
McLaren dropping back, looking left.
Nice.
Good completion to Griner, enough for the first down and out of bounds. Yeah, all of a sudden going from 5-2 and a lot of man to a 3-3-5 nickel with a lot of zone.
Yep. And that's typically kind of what you switch to when you know the team's going to pass. But, in most cases, you would want to keep doing what you're doing. But
not quite a prevent defense, but yeah, right? Like, yeah, you'll let us get yards underneath? Sure.
So
why not?
There's 42 out wide again.
He is dangerous. Definitely one to keep an eye on. Brady's there as well to maybe pick him up. McLaren motioning Kiefer out to the right. Lot of pressure running away from it. Needs to get rid of the ball and barely gets it out of there.
And those are one of those ones that I can understand why Brady's a little frustrated. He was one of those late tight end pop out to the flats, and he was wide open, but McLaren just didn't have enough time.
Too many white jerseys in his face to see much of anything, even a guy as big as Brady. So 2nd and 10 after that one. 1:03 on the clock. Brady now going to be out in the going to stay in that tight end position, right to the left of the left tackle, almost at the bottom of your screen.
Same thing, give it to him.
Looking left, deep one-on-one. Aguilar, hands
there it is.
all over him. We better get that call. My goodness. If we didn't get that, I was half inclined to yell through the open window. Handful of Aguilar's jersey. They're going to call that pass interference.
And I like the decision going deep from McLaren, but like I said, Brady, he is open at this little.
Oh, he was open again? Oh, goodness.
And that's something that we might want to hit.
There's nothing wrong with Breck Brady in the open field. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Because if 42 rushes. And Brady's one of those late tight ends that slip out. He's going to be open against this nickel defense that's pushed back.
And even if the linebacker picks him up, there's too much space. He's going to be able to work with that.
Now only rushing 2.
And Brady's down in that 3-point stance to the left of the line. He will go out for a route, but he's decently covered. And McLaren takes a sack. That is the last thing you want to do there. No timeouts, clock running. Wow. That is not what you want to happen. It's only 2nd down, but clock ticking down to 40, down to 35 now. On the Jones 44, looking at 2nd and 15, and we're going to have a false start now.
The wide receivers weren't set.
Oh, gosh.
And just a little bit of confusion. I think they thought they were supposed to be in a bunch set out on that trip side, but ended up spreading out, and that's what drew that foul.
And now looking like somebody took a timeout, or at least, I don't know, TV timeout. 32 seconds left to play. Jones ahead 29-13. Broncos with the ball, but staring down a 2nd and 20. Things are not looking great. Hopefully they'll improve. We'll be back here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium for the Bethany Broncos home opener for the 2025 season against the Jones Longhorns of Division 2A. So it's a non-conference, non-divisional matchup. But Bethany has their backs up against the wall right now, down 29-13, looking at a 2nd and 20 after a big penalty. McLaren looking to pass, pressure once again, steps up into the pocket, running around. Lot of open field in front of him, but can't get to the sideline. Goes down at the 41. Clock continues to run. 3rd and long, maybe about 3rd and 13. 15 seconds on the clock. Maybe take one shot. 10 seconds on the clock. 9, 8. McLaren snaps. Nobody's running deep downfield. He's under pressure. He's going to take a sack again. Unbelievable. That is about as frustrating as an end to a first half as you could possibly have. Bethany, with all the momentum, success on both sides of the ball, just eats the curb in that second quarter. My goodness. If there's any silver lining to take out of this one, it's that sometimes when a fighter has been thoroughly knocked around, he comes back in the next round and he plants a good one on you. And we certainly got knocked around. So going into halftime, score is Jones Longhorns 29, Bethany 13. We'll take a halftime break. We'll be back and hopefully see quite the comeback here on Oklahoma Sports Network. And we're back here in Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium here in Bethany, Oklahoma for the Bethany Broncos home opener against the Jones Longhorns. Bethany in a deficit here, 29-13 is the score as we get set to kick the ball off once again to the Jones Longhorns. Their offense has really been clicking on all cylinders, whether it's handoffs to Jonquay Johnson or Asen Hansen doing things or getting the ball down the field to their freshman Ace Guthrie, the receiver. They've really been clicking, especially on the last few drives, but Bethany is not giving up just yet. And if you'll remember, we just found the headline a year ago tomorrow. We were down against Jones, and Jackie Payne and Wyatt Geisler helped lead them back in a big rally. So see what our guys can do here. Jones returns the ball past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So they'll take over with decent field position, but field position hasn't really been the thing that has determined offensive success in this game.
Yeah, you're right. It has not. And this is, another test for both Broncos offense and defense. I think the Broncos defense has done their best for what they've had. Like I've said, they don't have many substitutions, keeping the Longhorns to 29 points. Not the best, but it's doable for the offense to come in and score some points. But this is going to be a big second half for this Bronco defense.
Huge defensive drive here because technically you keep the game within 2 scores right now. Give up a score to this Longhorns offense one more time, though, and you're under a pretty decent pile of dirt having to dig back out from under. Hansen rolls out, fake handoff, throws it to the right to his receiver. Fumble, ball on the ground.
Bronco ball.
Collier gave it up, and the Broncos will pick it up. Just like that, we've got a big turnover, and Bethany will take over in Jones territory.
And just like that, that's the answer that the Broncos defense needed for sure.
It's like a reverse curse of the commentator.
It is.
Just like that.
I'll continue to do that, folks. I promise you that.
We need it, please. So just like that, possession flips. McLaren, Kiefer, and company will take over at the Jones 43. Still all of 11:44 left here in the third quarter. Kiefer motions out right. McLaren's going to throw that direction and overthrows his man. Open receiver there, number 14, Eli Mars.
Yeah, I like that concept of just swinging out Kiefer and bringing down those safeties and those backers. And, first throw since the first half, and little jitters are still going, but we'd like to see him calm down just a little bit.
A little more calm, at least, than he was at the end of that first half. Under so much pressure, ended up taking 2 sacks, and you could see he was really visibly frustrated with himself and with the team with the way that drive went. And it's understandable. It was a really frustrating sequence of events there at the end of the second quarter for the Bethany Broncos. A score here would really help tilt the momentum back towards their direction.
Oh,
no. And
Kiefer.
Golly, I'm just completely thrown off by the fact that play happened. Kiefer bumps into McLaren when McLaren tries to pass out left to, I think, Seth Greiner, maybe Jagger Weaver. And the pass falls incomplete.
Man, you don't see that much. I haven't seen one of those happen in a long time.
Extremely unfortunate. Felt like maybe we were starting to get it together, and then something like that will take the air out from under your sails. Be 3rd and 10, maybe about 9.5. 11:39 to go. Not a lot of time off the clock. McLaren under pressure, thinks about throwing it, decides to run it. Picks up maybe 3 or 4. Just like that, it's 4th down.
And like I was saying in the first half, I think there's just still a little bit of confusion. Greiner was over there with his hands up, not really knowing the play, so kind of ran straight. But, McLaren didn't really look that way. But I still think there's just a hair of confusion.
Still learning this system, maybe. We are pretty well into the season. It's time to get this thing under our belts and get it going. Shotgun set, Kiefer out to the left here for McLaren. Pardon me, that's Greiner. He's going to motion from left to right, going to throw it to him, and he's tackled behind the line. And on 4th down, throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage, that is an interesting call.
Yeah, I think they just tried to spread them wide and try and get some open grass, but I think Brady missed that block. And that number 42 for the Longhorns, Jesse Hernandez has had a game tonight. Yeah,
he's been a problem all night long for these Broncos. So turnover on downs, a great situation after a fumble recovery in enemy territory. I think they might have only gained about 2 net yards on that drive, if even that. So Jones taking over once again now at their own 45. Asen, Hansen, and company, besides a fumble, have looked very bright tonight.
Oh,
Hand
man.
off to Johnson, and he's met immediately behind the line of scrimmage, maybe at it. Got to be maybe the least successful Jonquay Johnson run that we've seen tonight.
And that was Kiefer unleashing his anger, I'm assuming, from that drive on the offense.
From bumping into the quarterback?
Yeah.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 10. 10:27 left to go here in the third. Broncos have been great on defense so far in this short period of second half we've seen. Johnson motions out to the right. Going to be a screen pass way behind the line of scrimmage. Escapes the tackle, but then they end up getting him anyways. Number 3, Hunter Purvis, who scored on the kickoff return earlier, nearly escaped. But gang tackled by a couple of Broncos, and we still hold them. So 3rd and about 11. Bethany showing that 3-3-5 set. And they immediately meet the ball carrier. Nothing doing on that one. Basically just gets Jones in better position to punt maybe, or it could be 4-down territory here.
I think they may go for it.
Yeah, I still see the offense on the field. You are right, Mr. Brennan. 4 wide out set for Asen Hansen. Johnson's to his right. Bethany showing blitz up the middle.
Try to get him on the hard count.
Yep, I thought that might be the only thing that they're going for here. 9:15 and counting. 15 on the play clock. Jones does look like they might try to get one off here.
Well, he does scoot back for the pooch.
Aha, indeed. So 4th and 5, going to do the little pooch punt. Takes a Jones bounce at the 26 and will come to rest at the 19. So we've already seen 3 drives, technically, here in this second half. No scoring from any of them. So we'll take a quick break here. Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here in Bethany, Oklahoma, Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium, Bethany Broncos taking over on offense at their own 19 after forcing a pooch punt from the Jones Longhorns. We've seen 3 drives so far in this second half. No scoring on any of them. Still 29-13, Jones in the lead. McLaren looking over the middle to Breck Brady, overthrown, dangerous. A lot of Jones Longhorns there, Brendan.
Yeah, that one was thrown into triple coverage, and like they were doing in the first half, just trying to get that one-on-one, but it hasn't been successful so far.
Looking more like a 3-on-1.
Yeah.
And Breck Brady is bigger than all of those guys. He can go up higher than all of them and make that catch, but still a very risky ball placement there from McLaren. Play blown dead, flags all over the field before they can even get going. Going to be a false start, move us back 5.
We've had a couple of those this game, and that's hurt us.
It's been a constant theme tonight, has been offensive disorganization. Just not being all on the same page, not all on the ball. Quite literally sometimes. Yeah. 8:50 to go here in the third. 2nd and 15 for the Broncos now from their own 14. McLaren will hand off to Kiefer, who's got a big hole left side, making people miss all the way down to the 29. Very close to a first down. They're going to give it to him.
Yeah, they went back to that kind of like sneaky little handoff where it looks like McLaren's going to take it, but right at the end he hands it to Kiefer, and that's a really good play call.
Would you call it a counter? I can't see if they've got anybody pulling.
It could be like a counter, yeah. But Yeah, I think that would be the closest assumption for that.
The little hitch step and the delay, it almost reminds, it's like a fake counter almost.
Yeah.
8:41 in the third quarter, 1st and 10 from their own 29 now for Bethany. McLaren in the pistol, Kiefer behind him, going to throw to his left to Griner, and it's through Griner's hands again. Somebody get this kid a different pair of gloves.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of a little antsy, trying to get the run before the catch, and that happens with wide receivers sometimes.
Brings up 2nd and 10. Wonder if we'll see Kiefer get to bust some heads again. Well, no, he's not in the backfield. I think that's Teehee. So McLaren and Teehee out there. Pistol set again. Fakes the handoff. Pass to Griner. I mean, really, where's the sticky tack? Now, he was getting hit on that one, so we can't really blame the kid, but another drop by Griner. Makes it 3rd and 10.
I don't know if they have it in their package, but I would like to see McLaren kind of rolling out in those little flow plays out to the outside and maybe get a pass or giving him an option to run it.
See, I feel like they were trying that, and then instead all they were getting was Jones's edge guys just right in his face. Yeah. But hey, maybe it'd be worth a try again. Nothing else is working at this point. Goodness. 3rd and 10 from the 29. McLaren over the middle.
Yep.
All kinds of white jerseys, but all kinds of contact, and they're going to draw the flag on that one. That's big because we can't seem to get a pass complete. So if we can move the ball down the field this way, that'll work.
And I think that was on Derek Templeton again, number 2, or it was on number 9, Jet Bibby, if I'm saying that correctly.
I think so. Might be Bybee, but that'd be, I don't know. We're not here to be the pronunciation police. So that is going to be a 1st and 10. Still in our own territory. We're at the 44-yard line, but moving the ball, whatever means necessary. Handoff to Kiefer. Met in the backfield by Dorian Wiley. We've seen him make a couple of big plays tonight.
Yeah, and that's just one of those ones where you got to make sure you pick up that guy. I know we got some pulling guards, but they're sneaking, they're fast, and they'll get right past you when you're pulling, and that's exactly what happened.
So we tried a little bit of run and play since the pass didn't seem like it was going so well. We weren't really able to complete any to our receivers. Have we completed a pass this second half?
I don't believe so.
I think maybe one. So 2nd and 13, 7:50 clock running in the third quarter. McLaren thinking about it, running it, going to go over here.
Nice.
Wyatt Kiefer has it, pulls it down. Nearly enough for the first down. That's something we've wanted to see, is Kiefer get a catch and get a chance to show off in the open field. Makes it, takes us from 2nd and forever to 3rd and very manageable here.
Yeah, it was just good for McLaren to keep his eyes up and see the open man.
I see McLaren jogging off, so I'm thinking with 3rd and short, we want to get Kiefer and just blah, blah, blah. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. That drunk guy that does highlights on ESPN. Here's Wyatt Kiefer in the Wildcat, smashing it up the middle, takes it to the right. Looks like his forward progress will take him to a first down.
And that's always a rule that I do like that's in place. Forward progress.
Oh,
I know it's been in football forever, but
so important. We need to give a shout out, forward progress. Shout out, forward progress.
Thank you, football committee.
I feel like forward progress was Quentin Griffin's best friend, Darren Sproles' best friend. Guys like that, they need the forward progress, or they would have had rough careers. 6:50 and running. Bethany taking a lot of time off of the clock on this drive and exhausting those big hog mollies on the Jones defensive line. McLaren is going to pass deep, has a man, little bit of bumping, but I don't know. That felt more like we were trying for the interference than for the catch. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I really like the look. I feel like that would have been a completed ball if McLaren had a little bit more time, but, he's had a hand in his face pretty much all night.
It has been tough for him, without a doubt. Soon as it seems like we might have got these guys down a little bit on their stamina, these Jones defensive linemen just pop back up and get in our faces again. 2nd and 10 from the 45, 6:39 in the third, clock stopped. McLaren hands it off to Kiefer, has a hole up the middle, but it's filled pretty quickly. He only gets about a yard or two. And it's been an interesting quarter. A little bit of momentum by either offense, but then the defense from both sides will just step up and swat it away, and score remains the same. We're still on that same halftime score with Jones ahead 29-13. Another pivotal third down on this drive. 3rd and 8, clock at 6 minutes and counting. McLaren in the shotgun, motions Kiefer out to his left. Looking over the middle under pressure, he's going to take another sack. And again, that's another sack from Jesse Hernandez. 42. The biggest problem we have seen these Broncos face in a minute. This guy just can't be kept out of the backfield.
Yeah, and they're still sticking with that really, really wide defensive end position on both sides, and he's been a problem. It is.
Yeah. 4th and long. Got to think this might be a little pooch punt here. And he had to kind of think about it. Takes a nice Bethany bounce inside the 20 down to about the 16, almost 15. So what almost went to McLaren getting sacked in the backfield as a punter instead ends up a pretty good punt. So we'll take a quick break. Jones will be taking over here on their own 15-ish. Right back with more Bethany Broncos football here on Oklahoma Sports Network.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, PayMe Checking puts real money right into your account when you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. PayMe Checking, the free account that pays you only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
University Football Stadium, Bethany, Oklahoma. Broncos taking on the Jones Longhorns here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Had to punt it away here on their last drive. Jones taking over at their 15. Quick handoff to John Quay Johnson, and he picks up about 6 on that carry. Just like we were talking about before the break, number 42, Jesse Hernandez, has been a problem all night. John Quay Johnson has been a problem all night as well. A lot of elite athletes on this 2A roster. Man. A lot of movement from left to right for Jones. Another handoff to Johnson, and the gap that opens for him closes pretty quickly. He'll get to the line of scrimmage, and not much else. So another 3rd down for Jones. They have not gone well for them so far in this second half. Although, truthfully, 3rd downs haven't gone well for anyone in this second half. Offense has not gone well for anyone in this second half. It's been rough going. 3rd and 6, 4 minutes
Brady's
and counting. Brady's into the backfield immediately, and he got a chunk of face mask. The ref saw that. Free play, wide open receiver. It's Collier again. Has a lot of space, and I think he's going to go all the way. Oh, no. Might have got tackled short. Yep, they got him at about the 3. But short of putting 6 more points on the board for Jones, that play could not have gone any worse.
Yeah, that was a really good move by Evan Collier. I mean,
he said,
just
"Hey,
kind
we
of
got
made
a free play. I'll get in space." Yeah.
Yeah, kind of made a move on Weaver, and just those are one of those things where you can't leave a wide receiver untouched, even if you think it's a sack. You can't leave your eyes off your guy.
So 3:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and Jones knocking on the door to maybe start putting this one away. It's going to be 1st and goal from about the 2-3 yard line. When they were here before, they did not have an issue getting it in. Looking to the sideline, trying to figure things out here. Handoff, Johnson, lots of space, doesn't get touched. Touchdown, Jones, that'll take the lead to 3 scores. We're in trouble now, guys.
Yeah, really difficult situation, just having a free play and then leaving a man untouched and taking it pretty much to the house. if we're going to be in this game, we've got to figure some things out on offense and have a really good drive going forward. We really can't go 3 and out anymore.
And I can see my guy Sawyer Yates down there talking to his quarterback, Brody McLaren, trying to figure out what went wrong on that last drive and how we can build on it and get back in this game. But it is looking rough. 3:32 left to go in the third. The Longhorns are on top of the Broncos, 36-13. We'll be back here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. Bethany Broncos taking on the Jones Longhorns. Philip Rodriguez, Brendan Rodriguez here with you, and we're here with you to hug and cry together. We're down 36-13. Jones has not looked like a 2A team. They look like a D1 team. Big guys, and they are roughing us up right now. Going to be an illegal procedure on that one, though. That's going to give us good field position as the kickoff goes out of bounds.
And starting this second half off, we've seen some dullness in this offense, and if the time has come, it's here, and they need to answer very quickly.
I don't know about dullness, honestly, Brendan, because dullness implies that something was there. That offense was an empty shell.
Well, we've had some decent plays and some first downs due to some penalties that have gone our way.
But if you compare the second half offense to the first half, even with the lack of success we had in the second quarter, I mean, this is like a different team. I really thought we'd come out renewed, and we are struggling. I want them to prove me wrong. 3:32 left. McLaren's going to pass, looking downfield, heaves it.
Oh, what a catch.
Wow. I was a little worried that was going to be a pick. Instead, Seth Griner goes up and gets it. He heard what I said about his gloves.
I was about to say the same thing. He's like, brother.
He said, I heard what you said. I can catch that ball. Look at me. That's probably the second by a Bethany Bronco tonight. Breck Brady putting a nasty one up in the first quarter, going up and getting one, posterizing a young Jones player. 1st and 10 now from the Jones 30. McLaren rolling right. I don't know if he knows what he's doing. Immediately met by those wide edge players on the Jones defensive line.
Yeah, again, I think there was confusion with what Kiefer was doing, and I think them communicating, the center thought that was a snap call. And thankfully he caught it, and it didn't go over his head or on his feet and roll back 15 yards. But still some confusion.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot better, but could have been a lot worse. 2nd and a minute now. 2nd and 15 for the Broncos from a little bit behind the 35. Tried a little fake with Griner throwing his hands up like he wanted a pass, and instead they hand it off to Kiefer, right side. Picks up enough for the original line of scrimmage. I almost said the first down.
Putting on a little tape highlight right there, a stiff arm and a juke move to put it back to the line of scrimmage. I like to see it.
Hey, you were the one who said we needed to go to Kiefer here.
I do.
He's our impact guy, and, I mean, that is working.
I do. I like feeding Kiefer the ball here.
But do you feed Kiefer the ball on 3rd and 10?
You do not.
Yes, that's kind of what I was thinking also.
Unless we put him in the slot and let him run a route. I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
Or even let him motion out and, get it to him in open space. He did well earlier with that kind of play design. So 3rd and 10 from the Jones 30. McLaren in the shotgun. Again, heavy pressure from the edges. Gonna heave it to Breck Brady, and it's too high for the big man. Too much mustard on it. McLaren is just a little too excited. Brady was open, but he couldn't quite get it to him, and that's especially surprising given that we've seen McLaren throw lasers just on a dime.
Yeah, that was a ball that needed to be kind of a harder pass to his chest. And he had an open lane to make a run as well, but
saw his man downfield and wanted to go for all the oranges, I guess. But 4th and 10, and we've got to go for it. We need a score on the board here with only minute 52 left in the third. McLaren looking for the one-on-one matchup.
Oh.
Overthrows Brady again. Turnover on downs, and once again, this offense looking every part of why we only have 13 points on the board. Things just not clicking, and it is tough to watch.
Yeah, I liked the look on the one-on-one with Brady, but just those are one of those balls again that you just gotta give him the best opportunity, not a one-handed attempt.
Yeah, it really does feel like McLaren's pressing a little bit, and you can understand why you'd feel that way. You're the quarterback, it's the home debut, you're getting spanked by 3 scores, you want to get back in this, but this is when you just got to take a deep breath, calm yourself down, make sure that you're executing. You're not going to execute if you're excited, your heart rate's up, and you're overthrowing passes. Jones taking over 1st and 10. They're going to hand off to Johnson, who's met hard, and it looked like they were trying to strip the ball. Only picked up a yard or 2. He did hang on to the ball, but you better believe these Broncos want it back in their hands.
Yeah, and Malachi Chapman has stepped up pretty big as middle linebacker in the second half. I've seen his name come up, and I've seen him in the middle of these tackles. So I like that he's being a part of this.
Yeah, Chapman and the captain, Marcos Lopez, number 15.
Yeah.
Listed as a defensive back, I believe, but I've seen him play a lot of, well, they actually put him at DL. I've seen him play a lot of more kind of like linebacker, hybrid edge. He's been great. Good run up the middle. Nice penetration by Johnson, and he's got nothing but open field in front of him. He might get caught from behind, pushed out at about the 15. But, boy, guys, we're starting to look overmatched on all phases of the ball at this point.
I know I just congratulated him, but Chapman was called on the blitz, and usually when you get called on the blitz, you get a decision, and he just took the wrong gap, and they took it to A side, and he took B, so there was no linebacker there to fill the gap.
50-50 decision. If he makes the right one, we're not looking at what we're looking at, which is 1st and 10, ball on the Bethany 15. Johnson, another carry. Another successful run, picks up about 6 on that one. Clock counting down, only 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. Bethany has been unable to get on the board in this second half, down 36-13. And unless we can make a big play, a lot indicates that lead is about to stretch even further for Jones. 25 seconds and counting. They're happy to run off as much clock as possible. 2nd and 5 from the Bethany 10. Hand off to Johnson again, met almost immediately, but slips away from the tackle, picks up maybe 3 or 4.
And I think he fumbled on the play, but I think he recovered his own fumble.
That's what I thought.
Or I believe not.
Oh, no, they're going to say Bethany got that ball. Fumble before Jones can put this one away. It's not over yet, folks. Go wake the kids up. We're not done. So 12 seconds left to go in the third. Bethany's going to get another shot at it. Down 36-13. They'll take over at their own 6. So now you go to Kiefer, right?
I believe so.
Come on.
If we can get a couple good blocks and feed him the ball, but he's not even in the game. But I think we can have some success with that.
Yeah, it looks like that's Teehee back there behind McLaren. Nothing wrong with Teehee. But Kiefer is our big impact guy. Teehee will get the hand.
There he goes.
Though. Lots of space. Look at him go. He'll get caught from behind, but not before he crosses midfield to pass the 40, cross the 35 to the 33. Huge run. Is that Kiefer?
No, that was Teehee.
That is Teehee. Wow, Teehee running like Kiefer. My goodness.
What a play. And just like I said it would happen, if you get some good blocks and you find that guard tackle and hand it off, things will happen. It's just like they did.
Just like that. 1 second left on the clock. Bethany technically can snap it, run one more play. And they ain't going to do it. So that 1 second will run off, takes us to the end of the third quarter. The score is not fun. It says 36-13 Jones, but the action says we're not done yet. Bethany's got the ball in Jones territory at the 35-yard line when we come back here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here live on Oklahoma Sports Network here in Southern Nazarene University Stadium in Bethany, Oklahoma. Broncos taking over here as we begin the fourth quarter after a big fumble. Look at Seth Griner go, breaking free of tackles after he gets the handoff, picks up a first down and more, gets us into the red zone.
And I don't want to talk too soon, but this is the offense that we've seen even last year, and it looks like we have a downed Bronco.
Player. Shoot, all right. Well, we'll take a break for the injury here. We'll be right back, folks. Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast, or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Bethany, Oklahoma, Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium, Bethany Broncos home football opener against the Jones Longhorns. We're down 36-13 with 11:53 to go, but we are in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Seth Griner was hurt on the last play, but came off the field of his own volition. Looks like he's going to be all right. Just shaken up a little bit. Fakes the handoff to Kiefer over the middle. I think that's Breck Brady catching it and moving the pile like Breck Brady likes to do. Solid chunk of yardage, not enough for a first down, but moving, chugging along.
Thank you, Thomas the Train. That was
yeah, he chooses you, like Ralph Wiggum. So Griner coming back on now after leaving earlier when he got shaken up. So good to see that young man is okay. Very talented dude. We need him on this squad. 11:15 and counting here in the final quarter of play. 2nd and 3 from the 12. McLaren fakes the handoff, rolling right, under pressure, has a man, scoops it, nearly went to the ground there. I think that's Griner with the catch, moving it up to about the 5.
Yeah, and that was the play that I think McLaren is a pretty good quarterback and designed for that. I really like that fake handoff left and rolling him out and letting him decide and have time. I really like that.
When he is patient and not letting that adrenaline rule him, without a doubt, it's a great play. And that was exactly what he did there. Looked every bit of the calm, cool, collected man of leadership. So 1st and goal from the 5.
Oh, no.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. He was trying to hand it off to Kiefer, and I don't think Kiefer got the memo. Did they fall on that, or is it Jones' ball?
I think they picked it up.
I think we fell on it. Thank goodness. My gosh, that could have been it right there.
I wanted that one. Kiefer had a lane.
He
could
had
see it. We were perfect line.
All he had to do was take that ball, and he had it.
Yeah,
man.
Those mistakes happen.
As much as it hurts us, that's got to crush him. But you know what? You get back up, you dust yourself off. We still got 10 minutes left to put points on the board. Kiefer's going to get the handoff this time. Puts his shoulders down.
Nice.
Takes it up. Great carry from Kiefer. He's going to make it 3rd and goal from the 1.
If it were me, we used to have this call called Indy, and you run the same play and get on the ball as fast as you can and try to catch the defense off guard.
McLaren's coming out. We got Kiefer going in again. We're going to be running that Wildcat formation. It's worked pretty darn well so far. So it's 3rd and goal from the 2. Kiefer, the lone man behind the line. Gets the snap, looks for the hole, finds it, battling, gets in, touchdown, Broncos! Wyatt Kiefer gets the score.
That is a spark that this offense needed for sure, especially being in the fourth quarter and down by quite a substantial amount of points.
Yeah, we still got a 17-point deficit, so they'll want to go for 2 here. If we can score 3 touchdowns to try to get back to tie, we're going to need at least 2 two-point conversions. That's just the math, folks. I'll learn how to talk eventually by the end of the season. We'll get there. 36-19 on the board after the touchdown, 9:29 remaining in the game. Here's the 2-point attempt. Kiefer in the backfield along with McLaren. McLaren's going to throw, One-on-one.
I like it.
Brett Brady draws a flag, but it's in the backfield. Is that holding? Brady did make the catch.
Oh, he's frustrated. That did look like a catch, but.
Oh, are they going to call it off?
He called it incomplete catch.
Oh, that's rough.
But I'm pretty sure the flag is PI.
Let's see what the call is. It'd be interesting to have a PI flag way in the backfield, but it might just be because that's where the official was standing when he threw it. Lots of commiserating. Jones players pointing at Bethany. Brett Brady is confused, as am I.
And it looks like it's not going to go Bethany's way. False start, yep.
Yikes. Now, I thought false start was a play, you blow the play dead.
Typically it is. I'm not too sure why the flag was thrown late, if that was the call.
Unless that, because that's also the sign for what, illegal motion, isn't it?
Yeah, but there was no motion.
I was going to say, but we didn't have any motion on that play. Oh, boy. Well, hey, 9:29 remaining. Take a timeout. We'll be right back here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium, Bethany Broncos went down the field and scored, made it 36-19 now, but they couldn't get the two-point conversion. Looked like they completed a pass to Brett Brady, might have even been some pass interference. Instead, there's a flag on Bethany. They just wave it no good. So 36-19, 9:29 remaining in the game. Philip Rodriguez, Brendan Rodriguez here with your Bethany OSN crew.
Regular that deep onside.
Aha, okay, I was going to say regular kickoff, not an onside, but I see what you're talking about. Still leaves a few too many gaps, but that's not the real dangerous guy. That's Drew Thomas. Not to say that he's not dangerous, but that's not the guy that returned it all the way on us. That fellow was, oh goodness, what was his name?
I believe that was number 11.
No, it wasn't Collier. Oh goodness, we'll get it eventually. But that's going to make it 1st and 10 now for Jones from their own 30. Got a decent 17-point lead here, so still a 3-score lead since we failed on that 2-point conversion. And here we go, 1st and 10. Hansen throws, wide open wide receiver on the right side. Has room to work, picks up the 1st down and a little bit more.
Yeah, and still gaining big yards, and this is where Bethany's defense is going to have to step up and get that offense back on the field if they want to have a chance.
So 1st and 10 now from their own 44. 9:17 on the clock, counting down to the end of this one. Bethany could really use a pick 6 right here. Another screen pass to the right side. Another decent opportunity to pick up yards, about 6-7 yards on that play.
Yeah, and I wouldn't imagine that Jones is going to do anything to compromise this football game. I don't think they're going to try anything downfield. I'd say just hand it off and continue to do what they're doing.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
And it'll keep the clock running and keep their lead intact. They've got to feel good coming into a 4A stadium and playing this well. You know, if I'm not mistaken, I was the play-by-play for Blackwell a few seasons ago, and I think we played these guys and just got absolutely whomped. Great handoff to the little shifty guy, 26. He's got a touchdown on us, Jose Taylor.
And they've got 2 really good running backs, and that's tough to have.
They've got just a solid squad all around, man. This is a really good team. If I'm in 2A, this is the team to beat, I'm thinking. 8:20 on the clock and counting.
I still think when we figure things out, Bethany can still be a pretty dangerous team.
Oh, without a doubt. We're still a playoff team, no doubt.
Absolutely.
But we've got to get these offensive wrinkles ironed out real fast.
Oh.
Lots of open space for Taylor again.
Fumble!
On the left side, loses the ball, but Jones is going to recover and advance it. That's unbelievable.
That is exactly what Bethany needed.
A golden opportunity. The fumble on the ground right there in front of a couple of young Broncos. Griner looked a little shaken up again on that one, but waves it off. He wants to stay on the field. So after the fumble recovery, the pickup, and the forward progress, which I'm not even sure if you're allowed to do. I'm not sure if you're allowed to do that. 7:59 left to go in the fourth quarter, the first quarter of the game.
Oh, goodness.
Jones has the ball 1st and 10 on the Bethany 22. Content to just run that clock out and bask in their lead. Can't really blame them.
And it looks like they're just going to pitch it out to the side.
They've got Jesse Hernandez out there in the slot. They're going to hand it off to Johnson, who squirts up the middle for about 5 yards. Clock continuing to run. I'll hand it to the Bethany faithful. I'm still seeing a lot of butts in seats. We're seeing a few people give up on them, and you can't blame them. It's been a long night. But these folks, by and large, still out here supporting these young men, even late in the game with a pretty good deficit. Jones taking all the time they can. 10 seconds on the play clock, 7:05 on the game clock. Looking at 2nd and 4 from the Bethany 16. Hansen going to hand off again. No surprises there. Johnson, lots of room, takes it up the left side inside the 10, but we got a flag down on the play.
Yeah, they've missed it a couple times, and I've seen it, but they finally pick them up on that hold.
Finally, right?
Yep.
On the outside. Yeah, they've been doing that a lot. Well, I guess I shouldn't have said it. Now I'm seeing a lot of Bethany people leave in the crowd, but this has really been a tough game. I mean, it's not just, it feels like it's more than 17 points. A lot of things seemed like they were clicking early on, and it just went downhill fast, and it was just too much for our guys to recover from. We are going to have a flag, after the holding call, we're going to scooch him back to, looks like about 2nd and 16 from the 27-yard line. Got to think they're going to give it to Johnson. He's going to take it to the left. Oh, no, they motion him out to the right. Hansen's going to throw another one of those screen plays, or screen passes, making people miss. They nearly strip the ball away from the receiver, pull him down before he can pick up the first. So it's going to be 3rd and about 7 from the 19-yard line.
Nice harmony.
I thought he was going to set it down before I started saying it, and he took his time, so, I thought I'd show off the vocal skills. I've lived many lives. I was a vocal music student at ACM for a while. True story. 6 minutes and counting down. Looks like we're going to have a false start here on this 3rd and about 6 or 7. So Longhorns will have to back it up again. 5:55 exactly on the clock remaining in the game. Hopes pretty much dashed for an undefeated season here for Bethany. I don't know if a lot of folks were predicting that. We've had some pretty decent attrition between some seniors that we lost last year and a couple of really high-profile transfers to Mustang. It's going to be a little bit going to get that chemistry back to where it was. So here's 3rd and about 11 from the 24-yard line. Hansen going to throw it. Johnson is wide open and will just walk in for a touchdown.
That was very athletic.
That was great play design, honestly. It's hard to be mad at that. I mean, you kind of wish that you wouldn't do that when you're up 17, but, that's not our call. So 36-19 stretches to 42-19. And Bethany calls a timeout? Did that happen? Am I right?
I think so, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. 5:49 left to go in the game. We'll take a timeout ourselves. Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
And we are back here in Bethany, Oklahoma, Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium, watching the Bethany Broncos take on the Jones Longhorns in their season home opener. It's not gone well. It is 42-19, Longhorns ahead with 5:49 remaining. I heard that. And it is not looking good for our guys' offense. There's been a ton of miscues. Defense, we have blown quite a few assignments. It's just been a rough game across the board. There's going to be a lot to address in film study come Monday or Sunday. I don't know when Bethany does their film study. I wonder if they do it at Score off of North Meridian. It's a great place to have your next film study. That's where my kid does it.
Yeah, typically it's Saturdays. The next day is what we did.
But they do Sunday after Saturday. Big game tomorrow against Edmond North. They haven't won yet. I'm hoping for them. So extra point attempt after the Jonquay Johnson touchdown catch. Point after is good. Makes it 43-19. And we'll stay here just because it's boring if we go on break again. And I mean, what? There's like 3 of you still watching the stream, right? Chat, are you there, chat?
I think
Chat, what's the vibe?
A big thing that Bethany can take away from this football game is, I know they tried some new packages and some worked and some didn't, but I don't want to say they played terrible, but we saw some good things. We saw some good signs that I definitely think can be successful, like later on in this season against other teams, and they'll be able to be well seasoned and come back to a team like Jones and I think contend for a playoff spot.
Yeah, I definitely don't think they've played terrible, but I would definitely use the word sloppy. There's been a lot of sloppy play. There's been a lot of too much in our own heads, just getting bogged down by our own nervousness, especially McLaren. And I'm not trying to pick on the kid, but I say all this to say this is all stuff that's easily coachable, that we can coach out, that we can get better on. So it's not anything that I think is anything to be worried about, because it's all stuff that can improve very easily, and I think will improve. The raw talent and the skill set and the play calling is all there. We just got to put all the puzzle pieces back together. And they're not there yet. It stinks we lost like this to this team, but I think it also turns out that Jones is a darn good football team, maybe one of the better ones in the state, even for just being 2A. So Jagger Weaver, nice return there. Only gets to the 30. Pretty shallow return for him.
Yeah, that's one of his shorter ones these games. And, hats off for him for putting his team on good field position all day today.
Yeah, absolutely. Special teams has not been a huge problem for them. The pooch punting has been solid. At least McLaren can put a good spin on it to where it keeps bouncing.
Yep.
The field goal kicking has been okay. I know we missed that one early in the game, but it's not like it was consequential. 3 more points doesn't give us the game. So, again, all things that we're going to be able to work on, that we're going to get better at with time. It's a young team. We lost a lot. Kiefer going to get the handoff here out of the pistol. Up the middle to the right, picks up about 3. So it's going to be 2nd and about 8 now. Scoreboard operator has given up on the down to go. Don't blame him. Ball on the 33-yard line. McLaren going to hand off to Kiefer again. He's going to take it to the left this time.
Oh, no.
Picks up 4 yards and then just squirts the ball straight out to the Jones defense, where it will be scooped up by Drew Thomas at exactly the 5-minute mark. So we may see our Broncos get a 50-burger scored on them.
And it looks like there's a couple younger substitutions out, and, I don't blame that call. Keep your starters
I want
healthy.
Sawyer Yates at quarterback, or I want nothing. Honestly, I would really enjoy watching that kid in the Wildcat set.
That would be a sight.
Just for giggles. Sawyer, you're great. I want your autograph. That's all I'm saying. Is it getting creepy? I'm just trying to be funny. I feel like it's getting creepy.
There is 10 people on the field.
10 people on the field for us?
Yep.
Oh, no. Well, that's not a penalty, but it won't do well for you. 1st and 10 for Jones. Handoff right side.
I don't know why they're not allowing any substitutions. Well, now there is.
That was so weird. So we did that last play with 10 men and only allowed about 3 yards. That's pretty good. You get a one-man disadvantage and you only give up 3, Yeah, a lot of some new faces in there for Jones. Asen Hansen is still the quarterback. Jose Taylor, the back in the backfield with him. Long conversation with the referee about running the clock down. Yeah. So play clock going to count down to 0, and then they'll take a timeout. So 2nd and 8, 4:11 left in the game. Ball on the Bethany 44. We'll take a little break to stretch our legs. We'll be right back on Oklahoma Sports Network.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, PayMe Checking puts real money right into your account when you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. PayMe Checking, the free account that pays you only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
And we're back here at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium, Bethany, Oklahoma, for the Bethany Broncos home opener of the 2025 season. It has not gone how they wanted it to. 43-19 is the lead for the Jones Longhorns with 4 minutes and change left in this one to go. 2nd and 8, they hand it off to Jose Taylor just to pick up a couple of yards and keep this clock winding down. The Jones faithful across the way in the away stands have got to be happy that they drove down here to see this game because these guys look good. My goodness. Bethany looking rough in this one, but as we said before the break, everything that has gone wrong for them tonight is something that can be easily fixed. So we've still got high hopes. 3rd and 6, 3:30 and counting on the clock here. Game counting down. Play clock at 5. Hansen will let it run almost all the way out. Jose Taylor gets the handoff, gets popped, but he's still got enough for the first down, and they keep on milking this clock. Drip, drip, drip. 3:20 left on the clock. .310 and counting on the clock, 20 seconds on the play clock, so they'll probably let that clock dip under 3 before they get off another play here. Still a lot of starters in. You'd think that Jones might try to give their backup quarterback a few reps, but they are content to leave Hansen in there. Definitely got some subs in for Bethany. Taylor will get the handoff. He's such a shifty guy, and he's real strong for a 5'5 runner. Takes it across the 31-yard line to about the 30. Clock continues to run down to 2 minutes 30. And still, most of these Bethany fans stick it out, especially the student section, which their support has been about as loud as it was at the beginning of the game.
A substitution for Jones. His name is Joe Colbert, 5'9", 300.
Oh, love to see it.
That's a big boy.
Love to see it. What number is that, 62?
60.
60?
He's at right guard.
62 looks bigger than 60, dang. They've got some, I don't know what they're feeding those kids down there in Jones, but my goodness. Must be some farm boys. Oh, so we do have a new quarterback in now. Number 17, Ace Guthrie. We've seen him at wide receiver. Flags down on the play before he can get the snap off. It's going to be delay of game. Minute 59 left on the clock as they jog the Longhorns back 5 yards. It's going to make it 2nd and 10.
I'm sure we'll see one more play until we see the victory formation and nail this game out.
1:45 remaining. You know, I see a kid walking by with socks and Birkenstocks, and I got to tell you, it's a trend. I get it. It looks good. You can't walk in them. They slip off your feet.
Birkenstocks are one of the best things ever invented.
They're great. But if you put socks in them, they're not staying
Oh,
on your feet.
I do not wear socks.
Everybody's rocking that, man. And I tried it with my little Birkenstocks from Target. You know, my little $30 ones. I don't have money for the real thing.
Hey, Phil, I think you're a little too old to be trying that trend, huh?
Look, when you're sitting around like Billy Madison in a class full of kids, you got to try to blend in a little bit.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe it's the Birkenstocks that won't stay on my feet with the socks on. Maybe the Birks got a little bit of grip to them. I don't know. I just know that kid was walking by and it looked like his shoes were about to fly off. 3rd and 5, clock dipping below a minute. Play clock dipping below 10 seconds. No victory formation, though. They're going to still, literally run the clock out. Another handoff to Jose Taylor. He's got to be plus 100 yards at this point. Clock is down to 40 seconds. So we're on a 35-second play clock, so we'll have 2 more plays. And then we'll head into the locker room and lick our wounds. Now we're going to see a kneel down. Yep, so that is going to do it. Final score in our home opener here in Bethany is going to be the Jones Longhorns 43. The Bethany Broncos, 19. Not what we wanted to see from our guys, but we'll regroup. It's a long season. This is only week 2 or game 2. We got 8 more of these suckers. So for Brandon Rodriguez, Phil Rodriguez, producer Jordan Rodriguez, and Caleb Finley, we are so happy we got to bring you this game, even if the result wasn't what we wanted. We'll see you next week, folks. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks for tuning in. Oklahoma Sports Network.